What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this 2021 Cadillac Escalade. Huge shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this Escalade for today's video. Check out the links to their website in the description below. They have a huge selection of pre-owned cars and a ton of 2021 cars, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is an ESV Premium Luxury, finished off in crystal white tri-coat, and has an MSRP around $115,000. Underneath the hood, the new Escalade utilizes a 6.2-liter naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. This cranks out 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. The engine is paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission and sends power to all four wheels through the all-wheel drive system. And with a curb weight around 5,800 pounds and running on a 24-gallon fuel tank, you can expect 14 miles per gallon in the city with 19 out on the highway. This drivetrain configuration also has max payload around 2,000 pounds and it can tow up to 7,700 pounds. The overall length is 227 inches with wheelbase at 134.1, width is 81.1, with height at 76.4 inches. 2021 is the all-new design for the legendary Cadillac Escalade. We have a massive new grille up front, finished off with brushed aluminum and the large Cadillac logo right in the center. There's also a forward-facing camera right beneath that, and then 6 parking sensors within the front bumper. The Escalade has a beautiful set of LED headlights, finished off with black housings and more brushed aluminum trim. And then there's massive LED daytime running lights in the farthest sides of the front bumper. And even when you unlock the vehicle, you can see it flash amber, and then it's kind of like a heartbeat as it glows white and then stays on. Has a really clean and classy look with more of the black housings and clear lenses. You get more brushed aluminum accents in the farther sides of the front bumper, as well as gloss black mesh in the lower portion. The Escalade really has a bold front end design, and a lot of sharp lines lead its way all the way up into the hood. All of the sharp lines in the hood really help give the Escalade that bold appearance. And then moving to the front fenders, you can see a sharp body line going from the headlights cutting through the entire side profile of this SUV. And then taking a look at the side profile, you can see how the ESV has the extended wheelbase and has a really good proportional look overall. It's a massive SUV and definitely has some great lines. We have a set of 22-inch wheels all around, finished in more of this brushed aluminum. They're a multi-spoke design and they have a really clean look. You can see sharp lines around the fender arches to really emphasize the wheels, and we get more brushed aluminum trim in the lower portion of the doors. There's black running boards down below as well, and a lot of sharp lines in the side profile. We get 2-tone door handles with body colored and brushed aluminum, and then a set of body colored mirror caps with gloss black trim beneath them. They have the integrated LED turn signal as well as a side view camera. And then brushed aluminum running around the door panels. You can see the Cadillac logo in the back with a sharper piece. And the third window even extends all the way into the back with blacked out portions on the taillights. There's a panoramic roof up top with more brushed aluminum for the roof rails. As you make your way to the rear end now, you can see these massive LED taillights that have blacked out housings and clear lenses. I love how classy they look and how they extend from the roof all the way down to the middle portion of the bumper. And then taking a look at the back, you can see brushed aluminum in the center portion of the liftgate with your Cadillac logo. There's 2 different cameras in the back here as well. The Escalade logo is on the left with a 600 logo on the right, and there is a nice prominent sharp body line in the center of this liftgate. You can see how that even flows into the rear bumper. There's 6 more parking sensors within the rear bumper, and then more brushed aluminum trim in the lower portions. You can see the dual chrome tipped exhaust and then gloss black in the diffuser. The third brake light is integrated into the upper portion of the liftgate with a spoiler mounted to it, and we have a hidden windshield wiper tucked below that. So there's a good look at the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. Comment below, what do you guys think of the new design for this luxurious SUV? I think in white especially, this thing looks so clean. I love all the accents on it as well. We now have Cadillac's key fob. We get some more brushed aluminum accents and the logo. If I go ahead and lock the vehicle and then double tap on the engine start stop button, you can hear that V8 roar to life. And then if I just tap the button once, it's going to automatically shut off. And then with the vehicle locked, if I just grab the door handle, there's a button on the back side that you can press. It'll automatically unlock and we can check out the interior. This particular spec has the parchment leather interior color with jet black accents all around. Beautiful spec, as you can see. If we go ahead and take a look at the door panel now, you can see the lighter color on the entire lower side. We have beautiful soft leather on the armrest with some good padding. We also get your grab handle up front of that, and then all of your automatic windows as well as mirror controls. An aluminum colored release handles right here with lock and unlock. Your heated and ventilated seat controls are up there as well. There's some more brushed aluminum accents and wood trim with some stitching above that, and we get some storage in the lower portion. You have one of the audio speakers in the door panel with nice trim, and then we even get Escalade written on the aluminum door sill. Moving our way inside now, you can see the seats with all the power controls on this left side. You get a combination of smooth leather and piping, and then all the perforated leather right in the center. Has a nice stitching design and triangle shapes for the perforations that kind of mimic a Cadillac logo. It's a nice attention to detail. You can see the bolsters and everything, beautiful look as you make our way up with some added trim accents. And then there's even speakers in the headrest which have a really cool classy design. Flipping around to the steering wheel, finished off in the black smooth leather with more brushed aluminum and wood trim. And then now inside the Escalade, keeping my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. First thing you're going to notice with the new Escalade is this massive curved OLED screen. You have the gauge cluster as well as the navigation screen and infotainment that wraps around the entire dash. It has a beautiful look. As you can see, we have a full front view camera out right now showing everything in live view. This will change once we're driving, and you'll see a traditional tachometer and speedometer. If we take a look at the steering wheel now, we have your Cadillac logo right in the center. We have some cruise control settings on the left side with your forward collision and heated steering wheel. There's also some audio controls down below. Over on the right side, we have more of the controls, and then these two arrows right here as well as the scroller wheel. You can see a few different items that'll come up on the center screen like your Sirius XM. You can scroll through that and then also juggle between your recent phone calls and then the audio source itself. To the left of the dash now, you can see another LCD screen with all of your trip information. You have your heads-up display control right here and control all the different settings. You can go under this menu as well, and then if you just tap the top portion, it'll cycle through the different trips as well as a blank screen. Beneath that, we have some more of the wood trim and a massive air vent, and then we get your four-wheel drive controls for a 2 high and 4 high, as well as a terrain mode and then drive mode. If you tap this one right now, it comes up on the screen with your 4 high terrain mode. And then if you tap the mode button, you can toggle through your different drive modes, which is really cool to see for an Escalade. And then beneath that now, we have your electronic parking brake, then an interior lighting switch. You can see how the dashboard looks with beautiful leather along it, and this also has a heads-up display system right in the center. You can see the leather and stitching running across the entire dash with a massive speaker in the entire front end. Then if we move our way towards the center, the actual infotainment screen now, we have some of your shortcuts over on this left side, like your home. You can toggle this one here for all of your different audio settings. We also have navigation, your phone connectivity. Then down below, we have information within the vehicle. You can see all the little screens down below. And if you scroll this left and right, you can see a lot of the different parameters and things like that within the vehicle, just to double check how everything is working. If I continue to scroll over, you can see oil life and tire pressure. And then if we go back into the home screen, you can see all the different apps that this car comes with. More of them right here. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay can be available. Then you have a configurable main screen. You can also control the screen using the dials down below. We have shortcut buttons like a home and back. We have a rotary dial you can twist. You can also bump it up, down, left, and right. More shortcuts, audio controls. If I actually use this now, you can see me scrolling through everything for all these apps. If I just press this and go under the camera, you can see all the different camera views. You do get a 360 camera. I love how you can just tap which one you'd like and it'll spin around and show you every single thing around your vehicle. That's great for parking, especially in a big vehicle. And then if I go over on the left side, we have all of your standard cameras. You have the front view normal, you have a wide view as well as an overhead. Then you have your backup camera with all the different views as well. And this one right here goes back to the 3D view, and of course we can exit that out. And if I put the vehicle into reverse, that'll automatically come up. Beneath the actual screen, we have more of this wood grain trim with aluminum accents and then an air vent. We also have all of your climate controls right in the center here with a huge LCD screen. You can see all the different controls, and the way you work this is actually just toggling these aluminum accents. You can see me bumping up the fan speed. We have dual zone climate control, of course, with temperature. You have your different zones. You can toggle these between automatic and then just go into the manual zones. On and off is on the left. We have recirc and defrost over on the right. And then in the center, we have your gear selector with the park button on top and nice trim all around everything. Up in front of that, we have your auto hold feature as well as the engine start stop feature and then the lane keeping assist button. Taking a look at the whole center dash, this has a really cool and classy look. There is storage in the bottom portion, and then more of the wood trim. Just tapping this piece right here, you can see 2 cup holders as well as some more storage and USBs, and a little bit of storage back here. The center armrest is finished off more in this leather with a 2-tone design. I love the piping. You get Escalade right here in more brushed aluminum. And if I just press the button up here, this opens up and we have a ton of storage space in here with more USBs. Definitely a fantastic look and a great use of storage space. Over on the right side, we have your glove box, which opens up like a standard box would. You have a lot of space in here. It's a nice open bucket. And then if we go ahead and close that up, one last look at the interior. Cadillac did a fantastic job with the all-new redesigned Escalade. Beautiful use of material. The fit and finish is top notch, and I especially love the technology with these massive screens. It looks very upscale in here. And then if we take a look at the ceiling now, the panoramic roof sunshade is closed right now. We have all those controls up here. You can see the sunshade button up front. Then over here we can tilt the roof, we can slide it all the way back. We also have more controls for the back, like your liftgate, the rear seats, garage door openers, and then we get a frameless mirror. And if I just flip this, we have the camera in the back with an LCD screen. And then to take a look at the rear seat space, we can go ahead and open up the door. The door panel is finished off just like we saw up front with the same color combination. And then in back, we even get the same seating material with all the perforated leather and piping. Really nice design back here with captain's chairs. We have some nice amenities like storage behind the front seats. Then all the climate controls are in this center screen just like we saw up front. You can see the temperature and fan speed that you can easily control with these toggles, turning it on and off. You do even get heated seats back here with their own toggle switch as well. So I really like how clean everything is. We have a nice trim piece. Pressing this, we have 2 cup holders that'll come out. And then beneath that, we have a ton of different USB ports and HDMIs. And then if we open that up, we even get a 3-prong outlet back there. This car also has the optional rear entertainment system. You can see these massive screens back here. They are huge, beautiful LCD graphics. As you can see the navigation screen that'll come up. We have a settings icon as well with a lot of different information that'll come up. And then if we go back out of here, we can tap this icon to add your Bluetooth headphones, which is a great touch for watching movies. And then of course, once you have something plugged in, it can come up with your screen. So we are sitting now in the backseat of the Cadillac Escalade. I have the panoramic roof open, and as you can see, we have a ton of light let in. This is nice and open back here. We have captain's chairs, like I said, so if I fold down this armrest now, it's in a really good position for added comfort. And then of course, the one on the door panel is in a great place. These seats do have controls. I can pull the front lever and actually slide these all the way forward. My knees will almost touch the seat in front of me. I'm 5'11" and I do have the driver's seat set at my height, but then I can also go all the way back and have a ton more space. You can see maybe 7 or 8 inches in front of my knees, and my feet are fitting nicely under it as well. As far as headroom goes, I have about an inch or so above that, so I'm definitely fitting nicely. We do have climate vents and LED lights up here as well. Then I can pull the recline lever and recline this quite a lot. So if you're going on a long family or vacation or something, a good road trip, you can definitely get comfortable back here. And with this huge screen in front of me, this is a great way to sit back and relax and enjoy a movie or something. So then if I pull this back up and lock it into place, one thing really cool being the captain's chairs, I can easily walk my way back into the 3rd row. We have a lot of space back here, and even being a full-grown person, I can sit back here with a lot of headroom. There's actually a big cutout back here, which is really good for a grown adults. And then if I go ahead and sit on one of the sides, I actually have a pretty good amount of space in here. Like I said, plenty of headroom. My knees still have room in front of the seat, and my feet fit nicely. We get a cup holder and a little bit of storage space, as well as a USB port. And then looking back here, there's actually a lot of glass back here, so it doesn't really feel too confined. You can tell this window is really large. If you got the standard car, it's going to be a little bit shorter back here, but definitely nice and roomy in the 3rd row. And then as far as the different configurations for these rear seats, the second lever, if you pull it twice, it'll actually fold the seat manually all the way flat. However, a very cool feature, if you turn your head around, there's actually an electronic button back here. If I press it once, you can see the seat will fold down. And then once it's locked into that position, I want to press the button one more time. And then you can see it automatically go up and get completely out of the way. Of course, both sides do this. And now you have a ton more space to enter the 3rd row. I really like that feature for the General Motors SUVs, and especially on the Escalade, that gives it a really good entry point to get into that 3rd seat. And then to take a look at the rear storage space, you do have buttons on the key fob to open up the glass as well as the liftgate, but then on the back there is a button over on this right side. If you just press it once, it's going to automatically pop the glass, then we can lift this up. This is a really good access point to quickly put items in the back here, a lot more convenient than just opening the entire liftgate. Then if I go ahead and grab it, we can close it. One thing super cool, if I press the actual Cadillac logo, that'll actually activate the entire liftgate. You can see it automatically opening up now, revealing all the storage space you have in the back. The ESV has about 2 feet larger space than the standard vehicle, and the other one, these back seats are going to be around this mark, so you can see how much more space we have in the back of this. Right in the center, if I just grab this, we have a little bit of hidden storage space, which goes all the way underneath the load floor. And then even over on the right side, we have the power controls for the second and third row seat. If I take these buttons right here and just hold them down, you can see these unlocking, and then they're gonna fold all the way forward and fold nice and flat. I already have the second row down, but these buttons right here will control that. Right here, you can also open this up for a 3-prong outlet. You have a speaker back here, a ton of space in here. As you can see, you can definitely fit a ton of items, and it's a nice flat load floor. We have part of the speaker system over on the left side as well, and you can just get a really good interior look. And then going back to the buttons on the side, if I hold these again, the second row will flip all the way in the upward position, which is really cool to be able to do that from back here. And then these ones, if I hit the up arrows now, I can get the third row back into the standard place. They're gonna come all the way up and lock into place. And then to close the lift gate, we do have a manual handle on the right side and the button over on the left. It's gonna automatically close. All right guys, so we are setting off now in the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. This is the all new one, they're completely redesigned, and this is a beautiful luxurious SUV. This is kind of the pinnacle to the American jumbo luxurious SUV market. The Escalade is super iconic, especially in our country. So driving in this right now, we have the air ride suspension that even on a bumpy road is absorbing all the bumps very well to where this is super smooth feeling. And then I love the screens we see up front. We have the standard gauge right now in the center, and I can even toggle that and go into that front view camera, which is just a super cool look. It's especially gonna be nice at nighttime. So then getting up to some speed now, we got the big old V8 engine, giving it some gas. The 10-speed really does a good job delivering the power. We're right up to 50 without even thinking, and that is just crazy seeing the screen right here. Coming back to the other gauges right now, a little bit more traditional, but driving now, going 50, going around a nice turn. This thing is super composed and so smooth to drive. This is such a nice luxurious SUV. The screens also have a really cool design because it is a curved screen. Everything's kind of angled towards you, kind of wrapping around the driver. I love how easy everything is to see, and I like the fact that they did put the rotary dial back here, which makes it just a little bit easier to bump it around and see everything on the screen without having to reach and touch the screen itself. So then getting back up to some speed now. As far as visibility, we have a huge windshield. This is really big, and we have the heads-up display, which does a good job letting you know what's going on without having to take your eyes off the road. It's in a really good place. You are definitely up high in this vehicle. You have huge mirrors as well, so you can easily see what's going on behind you. I love the rear view, and of course the rear view camera is a really cool feature, especially in a lot of modern cars now. You don't have to worry about what's inside your vehicle obstructing your view. And then looking over my shoulders now, you have a lot of glass in here, so you can easily see around. While this is a massive vehicle, at least driving on the main roads, you can easily see around. And then parked, those 360 cameras, that does a really good job helping you out since this is a really big vehicle. But getting comfortable in it now, these seats are super comfortable, headrest is nice, armrests are in a great place, and you can take this on the long haul. This is gonna be a good family road trip vehicle, which I'm sure everybody buying this is gonna be doing that at some point. On top of that, sitting in all the seats, this is a great vehicle just to cruise in, and you have a lot of comfort. Of course, being Cadillac, this is the top notch from General Motors. You have the Tahoe, the Yukon, and then the Escalade. This one has to be the best. And with the interior, especially with the screens and the leather covering everything, that really makes this super luxurious and comfortable. And then of course with the practicality, with the luggage space in the back and then all the seat space, it makes it such a good blend of a vehicle. It's got all the luxuries that make this an upscale vehicle, something that can compete with maybe even a Bentley Bentayga or something like that that might be closer to twice the cost, and yet you have even more practicality, just as much practicality as your typical Suburban or something like that. As far as the road noise and wind noise now, you pretty much don't hear anything. This is a very isolated car to be in, and I could see enjoying a long road trip driving this or even being a passenger in the Escalade. So I think that's about everything to go over in the 2021 Cadillac Escalade, the new generation for the flagship SUV. This is a really cool vehicle. I love the exterior looks. I think the big front end, the bold design, the huge taillights, it is just classy at its finest. Escalade, hard vehicle to argue with. It is certainly an icon for the American car industry for a luxury jumbo SUV. Huge shout out and thank you once again to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this pre-owned Escalade for today's video. They have a huge selection of pre-owned cars like this, so definitely check them out. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next video.